This is a special report. Breaking opinions on the DDR network. And now, here's your host, Diana Watt.
Are you ready for another round of Celebrities Can Do No Wrong? Can you stomach another mind-bending twist on reality? Here we go with Chris Brown. 3 years ago, he beat Rihanna to a pulp. Her face was bruised. Her body had bite marks on her ears. Her arm was badly bruised. And yet, he goes through his court-ordered 52 weeks. This year comes around and we've got the Grammys. And he is not only winning a Grammy, he's performing on the Grammys. And lots of people said, hey, that is just not cool. I'm sorry, but I don't want to see a man who beats women on the Grammys. To which View Co-Host Sherri Shepherds came out and said that she thinks people should forgive him and because he's rehabilitated and he's in some way a role model to people who have been abused and turned into the abuser, and now they know that they can change. Change? Sherri, last March, less than a year ago, when asked about his Rihanna incident, he stormed off the Good Morning America stage and smashed a window and then stormed out of the building without a shirt. That's not a man who is controlling his temper. And this year at the Grammys, this so-called rehabilitated man went up to women, as widely reported, and said, hey, will you go out with me? I won't beat ya, ha ha ha. And his friends joked around how that was his new pickup line. Let me tell you something. People who are in recovery, people who are rehabilitated, don't make jokes about what they've dealt with. They're either sincerely sorry for what they've done and wouldn't disrespect their mother who was abused by continuing to make a joke of what he did. His attitude doesn't say remorse. His attitude doesn't say respect. It says, I did it, I paid a small price for it, but now I'm back on top and I can do anything I want. Now, I had read about the reaction from certain stars about Chris being on the Grammys on Celebrity Smack blog, my friend Spicy Pants, and there I remembered Sherri Shepherds' tweet where she says, looks like all has been forgiven when coming to Chris Brown. And then she said, that's all I'll say, which didn't indicate to me that she was all that thrilled that Chris Brown had been forgiven. But then she goes on The View and says, he's a role model. A role model? He's rehabilitated. There is nothing in his actions that says he's totally rehabilitated. When you smash a window because you're angry about a question, believe me, you're capable of hitting somebody in the face because they've done something to tick you off. He hasn't changed. And when you make jokes about you beating women in front of women, you haven't changed. Now, I'm not saying people should hate Chris Brown. I'm not saying that they should do anything to Chris Brown. But to hold him up as a role model is the most ridiculous thing I have heard in a very long, long time. What celebrities do in their own time? You know, I try to ignore the drama. But the truth is, when we say it's okay for a celebrity to beat the crap out of a woman, and we'll forgive them, and we'll let them rise to the top again, you're giving permission to men who are inclined to do this, and a lot of men are not, to beat their female partners. You're just giving a free pass. You're saying it's okay for a celebrity to do it, so it's okay for everybody else to do it. Whether they like the role model status or not, they're held up there as somebody of importance because they can sing. Well, I'm sorry, but if you get fame because you can sing, you also get fame or infamy because of your actions. And I don't think we should forget people who beat women. Does anybody remember Nicole Brown Simpson? This is a woman who cried out to her friends over and over and over again. Just ask Kris Kardashian, she just put it in her recent book, that she needed help. And nobody helped her. And look what happened. You cannot hold somebody up as a role model who has beaten a woman once, admittedly, we don't know what else he's done, smashed windows at a Good Morning America, and goes around joking that he'll go on a date with you and he promises not to beat you. That's not somebody who seriously is repentant, remorseful, and doesn't like the attitude. If Chris Brown doesn't want people to bring it up, he should change it by his actions. Maybe go speak on behalf of battered women. Maybe go do work that shows that he knows he was wrong and he is going to change. Then, and only then, would he be considered role model material. Now for the next part of this, I want to address the women out there who are tweeting to Chris Brown or about Chris Brown saying he can beat me as much as he wants as long as he kisses me afterwards. Are you freaking insane? On this point, I agree with Sherri Shepherd. For crying out loud, respect yourselves. These are my two daughters, and I'm going to say it to them now. If I ever catch you tweet something that ridiculous, you will lose Facebook, Twitter, phones, and everything else. You are beautiful. You are special. And no man has the right, ever, ever, to treat you like that. There's nothing you could ever do, ever in this world that would justify a man hurting you the way Chris Brown hurt her. And to idolize anybody like that is wrong. Respect yourselves as much as I love you, and you'll be okay. Ladies, come on. Don't fall for this stuff over and over again.
Unstoppable. A life where nothing is impossible.